A Pokemon player was mugged in Central Park. Can't say we didn't see this one coming. All of this and more here on Stream On. Hooty hoo! Hey there, guys. Welcome to Stream On here on the Stream.tv. I am Brooke Bergstoller, and we are so excited to have you with us today. So it's my mission to deliver you the latest in what's trending from across your favorite social media platforms. And I am joined, as always, by my trusty sidekick, Jake Palmer, who will be polling user comments for us all show long. And then later on, we'll have Valentina, who will be featuring everything that's happening in the music business. So let's get started with what is trending on Facebook. This first story is real sad, like crazy to me. So a former Marine is currently facing up to 5 years in prison because he was growing 6 marijuana plants. That's it. So this former Marine, Christopher Lewandowski, he has PTSD due to his time in the U.S. Marines, and he now faces an October 19th sentence hearing that could land him in state prison for 5 years. Now, if this seems like a heavy sentence for half a dozen plants, consider this. Because of the Sooner State's super retrograde policy on cannabis, there are no protections for medical use of marijuana in the state. And actually, at one point, because of this, Lewandowski was facing a life sentence in prison. And his local media stations even hyped the whole thing as a major pot bust. Remember, he had only 6 plants in his home. So on June 20th of 2015, a team of armed federal marshals actually arrested Lewandowski near his home. Now, Sean Kiernan, who is president of the Weed for Warriors Project, which is so cool, says that the group is fighting to publicize Lewandowski's case because of how outrageous it is, but it's far from unique. He says the problem is this, that the judicial system is broken and that he sees it every week. They just run the system like a business, which I'm sure some of you guys feel out there. Now, Lewandowski made what is known as a blind plea in May, and he accepted responsibility for his actions, and this was basically the only way that he would not face a life sentence. And he said, the thing is, I was using cannabis because of ailments I received in the military. I never joined the Marine Corps because I thought I would be in a situation where I could say, I'm a veteran and I shouldn't be dealing with this, but I don't know what else to do. I don't want to go to jail for cannabis. I really don't. And I really don't want you to either, Lewandowski. Holy wow-wow-wee-wah. Jake, what are users of Facebook saying about this poor guy?
Well, one Facebook user, Paul Bartlett of Locust Grove, Oklahoma, says the state government is why the rest of the country calls us Joklahoma. So I think a lot of Oklahoma residents would agree with that. You know, they don't like it either.
It's super old school, you know. I think we just need to, maybe I should keep my opinions to myself, but I'm not going to. I think we should all light one up in honor of Lewandowski today. And if you're with me, then please comment on our live stream here on Facebook. Now, our next story is coming out of New York. So, of course, crazy weekend, crazy days in New York and New Jersey after the bombings happened. And I'm sure you guys have heard about that. Now, what you might not have heard, however, is that every inhabitant, which was some 6 to 7 million people in Manhattan and New Jersey, received text messages to their phones. It was kind of like an Amber Alert or a tornado advisory, but it was letting residents know that the police were looking for Ahmad Khan Rahmani, who is the suspect being sought for the crimes. And many New Yorkers actually say that they were furious after receiving this text message because it really made them feel less safe. They all felt on guard. Now, what do you guys think about this at home? Would you like to receive text messages when dangerous things are happening, or would you prefer to just, you know, hear about it on Facebook when everyone else is writing comments about it? Oh, okay. Another story from New York. So there was a young man who was playing Pokemon in Central Park, and he was actually violently mugged. So he says, so he was playing Pokemon Go, and this is a real problem, that actually since the release of Pokemon Go in July, there have been a ton of people who are getting robbed because they're going out late at night to, you know, catch their Charmander or whatever they are, and there are criminals who are seeking out these Pokemon players. So, yeah, his name is Ricky Yaneza, and he's actually a blogger. And at 12:30 a.m., he was walking around at a Pokemon hotspot, and a man came up behind him and punched him in the back of the head. This is so crazy, and you can actually find the whole video of what happened online because Ricky was on his Twitch account. He was live streaming the whole event. Jake, what are the users of Facebook saying about poor Ricky?
Well, Aaron B. Wood commented on the story, dropping some common sense. He says, the game itself tells you to play safely and ensure you're mindful of your surroundings. This idiot was not mindful of his surroundings, let himself be vulnerable with his possessions visibly on display. Now, anyone who's been in Central Park at night knows that even being there, playing Pokemon Go or not, is a liability. So I don't want to say this guy had it coming, but he didn't not have it coming.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone deserves to be punched in the back of the head. That sounds horribly painful, but like, dude, I'm sorry, he's 43 years old. It's time to find a new app, you know? Like, I don't know. Are people still playing Pokemon Go anyways? I never really got into the whole trend, but I respect everyone who decides to use their data in such a way. Here's who else I respect. The former My Name is Earl star, Jason Lee, as he is apparently leaving or has already left the Church of Scientology. I didn't even know he was a Scientologist, but he lives in Texas right now, in Denton, Texas, and his local media or local newspaper, The Dentonite, shared details about him no longer practicing Scientology and quoted him as saying, being that we don't practice Scientology and that we aren't particularly interested in opening religious centers in general, we have no plans to open a Scientology center here in Denton. We're just here like anyone else who wants to be a part of Denton's very cool creative community and to be involved and perhaps help where we can. And this was reported by E! News. Super exciting. Here in Los Angeles, we have tons of Church of Scientology centers everywhere. And I drove past one on Hollywood the other day. L. Ron Hubbard's coming out with a new fiction novel, even though he's dead. But, you know, if you guys are big fans of his work, then definitely check out his latest publication. And another thing that you guys can check out is the new iPhone 7. Everyone's going crazy about the iPhone 7, but some users are, or owners are not so happy with the product as the phone is giving off a weird noise. Some people are claiming that they're hearing like a hissing sound. So just a few days after Apple's new flagship device went on sale, people have run into this unusual problem, and it apparently gets worse as the handset's processing power is pushed to the limit. So the phone is going into overdrive, people. It's the phone equivalent of hearing the fan spin up loudly whenever your Mac CPU gets used to its actual potential. So when your computer starts going, stop me, you know that whole noise? So Apple's rival Samsung has been experiencing major problems as well with its latest device because their phones were just blowing up. They were exploding, and it resulted in Korea having to recall 2.5 million devices worldwide. Jake, are people mad about this on Facebook, about the new iPhone 7?
Well, from what I've seen, not at all. A Facebook user, Vicky Dalby, says, the iPhone 7 now includes hissing snake noises. Next update, the roar of a lion. So it's not a bug, it's a feature. This is supposed to happen.
I see. It's a new tone that they've added. I get it.
Part of the branding.
Well, be sure to find us on Facebook, which you probably already are, or you potentially are watching us right now as we live stream at The Stream TV. And come back to our page tomorrow at 9 a.m. for more Stream On. But for now, let's see what's trending in Twitter. So, everyone, it's an official holiday. Hashtag National Cupcake Day, peeps. Super exciting. So one Twitter user at Camp Coffee UK said, these deliciously light and fluffy mocha cupcakes are just perfect for National Cupcake Week. Whoa, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. It's National Cupcake Week, and it should be a whole week. It's a party, you people. And Book Mink SJV, of course, has these absolutely gorgeous strawberry and raspberry cupcakes. I also had a cupcake yesterday. Mine was banana cinnamon. What? God, we are so lucky to be living in this world where cupcakes come in flavors as such. What's your favorite cupcake, people? Tweet at us at The Stream TV. Use hashtag National Cupcake Week, and we'll be sure to share those later on our own Twitter page. Now, this is what's popping off on Instagram. Super groovy account at The Beige Cardigan. Just ridiculous. People are so wonderful creating this meme culture for all of us to indulge in. Now, our first image says when you move into a new apartment and the cable provider tells you they can't install your box for 22 days, featuring Wilson and Tom Hanks in the film Castaway. Poor guys, and I can relate. I just moved, and not having Wi-Fi was, whoa, how does one cope? Next up, took my birds to the vet just to find out they're sick as fuck. And of course, we have parakeets riding on, what do you call those, tech decks? The tiny skateboards. Super funny. And finally, a koala holding onto someone's ankle when you're at a party and you only know one person. For those of you who find this funny, please find us on Instagram at The Stream TV and leave us a comment because I know I'm exactly like this when I go to parties and I don't want to be so social and I do cling on to people. And what I'm trying to say is I hope I look as cute as a koala when I'm being weird as hell out in public. Next up, this video was just published yesterday by Casey Neistat, who is huge on YouTube. If you don't know who he is, check him out over on the tube. Now, he actually went on a flight yesterday from Dubai to New York, the United Emirates. Am I saying that right? Emirates. If I'm not, please let me know. So anyways, he sat in a $21,000 first class seat. $21,000 for this plane ticket. In his seat, he pretty much had his own cabin with a door that would close on everyone, on all the peasants, just keep them out. He had a full-length bed, a 20-inch television screen, a pop-up bar with all of the drinks that you could possibly want, and of course he could order food as well, all included in the price of his $21,000 seat. He went ham on the caviar, or should I say fish egg on the caviar? Anyways, it looked so swank. There was also a full-on bathroom, and he took a shower. He took a warm, cozy, refreshing shower on his flight. It looks so dope, but what I'm wondering is, while if I'm calculating correctly, he is making millions of dollars a year from his YouTube channel, I'm wondering if he got this sponsored, if someone paid. I mean, why would you pay $21,000 for a flight? I guess maybe to make a YouTube video off of it and make all of that money back. Casey, you're genius. Are you guys following Casey? Let us know and make sure that you subscribe to our channel on YouTube at The Stream TV, you guys. And here is what's trending on Snapchat. So lucky for us, Refinery29 is keeping it weird, keeping it real in the world of fashion and beauty. So absurd that this is happening right now, but ear makeup is a thing. People are putting makeup on their ears, on their earlobes. Now, this was first seen in 2014 in a French fashion show, and then people were like, what the hell are they doing? And it went away. But at New York's Fashion Week this year, Proenza Schuler's 2017 spring line premiered on the catwalk, and all of the ladies had ear makeup. They had like yellow makeup on the lobes of their ears. Would you guys ever do this? I have hard enough time just like putting on deodorant. So for me, the extra layer of adorning my ears is a little too far out, but I would love to hear if anyone is doing this at home. And if you guys have pictures, please share them with us again at The Stream TV party, people. And finally, here we are in the world of Reddit, where I feel the most safe and the most comfortable and the most at home. Now, our first story from Reddit is, again, we've been talking about this a lot, but the United States is like totally bringing self-driving cars into our reality, and I don't think there's anything we can do about it. Federal auto safety regulators on Monday made it official that they are betting the nation's highways will be safer with more cars driven by machines and not people. We envision in the future you can take your hands off the wheel and your commute becomes restful or productive instead of frustrating and exhausting, said Jeffrey Zients, director of the National Economic Council, adding that highly automated vehicles will save time, money, and lives. Now, currently, driverless cars face a patchwork of state regulations. A lot of states are not making way for these cars, but in the last 3 years, about a dozen states have introduced laws that specifically address testing these driverless cars. However, most laws do require a licensed driver to be in the car. We reported on this earlier in the week that Uber launched their first pilot program of driverless cars in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And while the computer was driving the car and operating it fully, there was a kill switch button in the middle, and they did have an engineer in the passenger seat. So I guess we'll soon see these engineers evolving out of the cars. Ooh, Jake, I don't know, can you bring me some insight or like comfort me in some way about these driverless cars?
No, but Reddit can make a funny quip and not be serious about this, pretty important issue. Reddit user Paco87 says, whoa, the U.S. government supports this? Maybe I should re-examine my stance then, because it can't be good if they like it. So, United States government, people don't trust you.
Jake, that is just what I needed to hear. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, Reddit user
Paco87.
There you go. Super exciting story. Harriet Tubman will officially, this announcement was set in stone yesterday, September 19th. Harriet Tubman will officially be the face of the $20 bill. Now, she is replacing former President Andrew Jackson, and this is part of a move made by the Obama administration to see more women on American currency. This is so exciting. So the U.S. Treasury Secretary Jacob Lew said, we are putting women on the 20, the 10, and the 5, and we are going to move as quickly as we can to get all these bills in order. Can I please put in a request that Oprah ends up as one of the dollars? Oh my gosh, I would love that so much. Anyways, the new designs go into effect in 2020, and this will mark the centennial passage of the 19th Amendment, which granted women the right to vote. Can you believe that we once lived in a time where women could not vote? And now look at us, we're all snarky on the internet. This is freedom, people. I'm loving it. Jake, are people of Reddit loving this as much?
Yes, Reddit user Sevcode looks to the future, as one always should, and said, I, for one, celebrate the fact that in the future, somewhere in the world, someone will say, just give me a tubby over a financial transaction. I can't wait. I don't think that's going to be a limited thing. I think that's going to be regular.
I love that so much. Please, someone, I want it to rain tubbies. Make it rain tubs. Oh, absolutely beautiful. You know what, though, people? Looks like y'all are making it rain a little too much for the gas and fuel industries, which I'm sure we're all thinking anyways. But apparently AAA, which is a travel and leisure company, says that Americans wasted $2.1 billion last year in purchasing premium fuel for their cars. Now, they say that only 16% of vehicles actually need this premium fuel, and that this recommended higher octane pricier version is mostly recommended due to promised power output and fuel economy figures. So they're just trying to, support the fuel industry. That has led to the belief that premium blends, which on average cost 23% more than regular gasoline, equal better run cars regardless of model or maker, which apparently is just simply untrue. Now, are you guys, is anyone at home using premium fuel? Let us know, and let us know if this story is gonna stop you. We're here to help change your world. Jake, can you change my world with a comment from Reddit?
Yeah, well, Reddit user Slowdive doesn't buy all of this. He says, yeah, right. Next, they'll try to convince you that red cars aren't actually considerably faster than other colored cars. I agree.
Classic. That's so fabulous. Next up, we have a super cool photo, side-by-side image coming from our Reddit users, which shows Earth from Mars. So you're looking at an image. We're on Mars, and there's a tiny dot in the top left corner of Earth. And then we're on Earth on the right, and Mars is the tiny dot up in the sky. So trippy. If you look close enough at the photograph of Mars, the darker image, you can kind of see the moon sitting just underneath Earth, which is so adorable. I think the moon is just the cutest thing out there. Don't you agree? Jake, do people of Reddit agree?
Reddit actually really agrees with exactly that. User Avaslash says, I don't know why, but this picture makes the solar system really feel like one big happy family.
I so agree.
And
I
that's
think the solar system totally is.
Just like any family, they should be spaced millions of miles apart and never come into contact with each other to stay out of each other's way, like a real happy family.
Okay, that took a turn. That certainly took a turn. Finally, our last picture coming from Reddit. Say hello to Dickface. Here's a cat with, unfortunately for him, he has a fur shaped like a penis and, what do we call these? Testes, gonads, whatever your terminology is. He's got them straight there on his face, but I still think he's an adorable. How ironic. A pussy has a dick on it. Clever? No points? That's all right. I'll wait till tomorrow. Anyways, Jake, what's our final comment coming from Reddit about Dickface?
Oh, there's a lot of clever stuff. Your envious enemy said, the best part is he's already flipping you off for naming him that.
Super cute.
He's great.
So awesome. Well, guys, now I'm going to toss it over to Valentina, and she's going to share with you what's been trending over in the world of music. Valentina, take it away.
Thank you. We got beef stirring up Meek Mill versus The Game. Last week, the beef started because apparently Meek Mill went to the cops accusing of one of The Game's homies of stealing a $300,000 chain and assaulting Sean Kingston at a nightclub in Los Angeles earlier this summer. And of course, The Game took it to the booth and dropped a diss track called 92 Bars. Meek Mill responded with Ooh remix, and they're both pretty good. Who do you think won? The Game is releasing his album October 14th called 1992, which will include 92 Bars. And we already know whose side Drake is taking, but Nipsey Hussle commented saying that they should both sit down like men and talk it out. Okay, agreed. On a softer note, on his St. Pablo tour, Kanye West showed us a soft side to him as he shouted out a fan, Crystal Aguirre, who had a shirt that said R.I.P. Donda and a tattoo of a painting of a ballerina by the artist George Condo, which was also the cover art for Kanye's single Runaway that he dropped in 2010. Kanye made eye contact with her, and then he saw everything she had, and he asked for her name in the middle of the show and said that she literally brought tears to his eyes and then serenaded her. So that's so sweet. That's exciting. It's football season again. Sunday fun days are all the way up, and I am so excited to see who will be performing at the halftime show. And the Little Monsters are so excited too because rumor has it Lady Gaga will be performing at the Super Bowl, and she also has her album releasing, so you know Gaga's coming in hot. They asked Adele to perform as well, but Adele politely said no thank you because the show is not about music. Okay. Moving on, let's talk about politics. Just kidding. No, kind of. Donald Trump and his ideas for the music industry. Well, he wants to have a Mariah Carey sweatshirt date where you wear a sweatshirt with Mariah Carey's face on it on May 9th. All right, then. He's putting his son Eric in charge of the band Jimmy Eats World because apparently they're so troubled and their only hope is Mr. Trump's. Well, good luck to you guys. This may be good. This is a good idea in general. He wants to put songs on USBs, which will lead to a website where you can buy it directly or they'll send it to you physically. And, I mean, his goal is to cut out piracy, so I'm okay. Good idea.
Okay.
And, well, finally, he wants to make a camp in Slovenia where Nicki Minaj will go teach kids about music. All right? I'll go learn from Nicki. I'm down for that. But, Donald, I don't know. Stay out of this life. All right. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Yeah.
Oh, that is super weird. Why is it that everything Donald Trump says makes me cringe? Not to get political or share my opinions with you, but you see where I'm going with this. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you find us everywhere at The Stream TV. We would love to hear from you. Comment, like, share, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and maybe we'll feature you on our show. We'll be back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Same place, same time. Kind of new people. Thank you guys again. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Valentina. Peace out. Get out of here. Go home. I hope you have stuff to do. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. While you're here, give this video a like, a share, a kiss, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay updated on all the freshest vids coming to you daily.